Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are on page 57 of your student journal. We're on page 57, and our objective for the day is, today I will generate. Okay, generate means to make or to create. So today I will generate a number pattern following a given rule. So we're still working on patterns today. We're just going to be doing something a little different. We're going to have more words, no pictures, and it's going to be provided to us more in the form of a word problem. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary today. Our first word says increase, which means add or make larger. Decrease means subtract or make smaller. Then we have this word sequence again. We had this in our last lesson. A set of numbers or shapes that are in order. And then they talk about what the term is, reminding us it's the place in the pattern, the number place in the pattern. And then here they give us an example, but I'm going to show you an example. But you can refer back to this if you need it when you're doing your work. Okay, I am going to follow their steps today pretty closely. It says I'm going to underline the starting number. I'm going to circle the rule. I'm going to box the number of terms needed, and then complete the pattern, and then identify the features of the pattern. And remember, the features are something that just like, what do I notice? What do you notice about it? Okay, so as I'm doing mine, remember you probably want to look at your rules or steps to see if I am following them and follow along with me. Okay, so I'm going to get started with my red pen if you want to watch closely. My first one says, starting with 2, create a pattern that increases each term by 4. Stop when you have 7 terms. Okay, so my first step says, underline the starting number. So what do they want me to start with? Starting with 2. They want me to start with 2. So that's going to be my first number in my pattern. Okay, then it says circle the rule. What's my rule? Create a pattern that increases each term by 4. That's my rule. So increases means I'm going to add 4 each term. Okay, then it says box the number of terms needed. How many terms do they want me to do? Stop when you have 7 terms. So I have my first term here, and they want me to go all the way to my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and 7th term. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and 7th. That's how far they want me to go. Okay, so now it says complete the pattern. Well, if I have to add 4 each time, 2 plus 4 is 6. And then it says increases each term by 4. So 6 plus 4, my next one's going to be 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 plus 4 is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. And 22 plus 4 is 26. So this is my pattern then. Okay, my final step says identify features of the pattern. What's a feature? What's something that I notice? Remember, a feature is just what do you notice? I notice that all my terms are even. So all terms are even. So that's something that I noticed about it. Okay, let's look at my next one. Okay, I'm going to follow my steps again. Create a pattern that starts at 24 and decreases each term by 3. Stop when you have 6 terms. Okay, so I'm going to underline my starting number. They want me to start it at 24, so that's my first number. That's going to be my first term is my starting number. Okay, then what's my rule? Decreases each term by 3. Decreases means subtract. Okay. Stop when you have 6 terms. So I have to go to 6 terms. So if that's my first term, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. That's when I get to stop. So first term, second, third term, fourth term, fifth term, sixth term. Okay, and then it says just to complete the pattern. Okay, so how much am I decreasing by? I'm taking away 3. So 24 take away 3 is 21. 21 take away 3 is 18. 18 take away 3 is 15. 15 take away 3 is 12. And 12 take away 3 is 9. Okay, so then what's a feature? What's something I notice? Let's see, 24, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9. I notice this is even, odd, even, odd, even, odd. So I could say that the terms, oops, I misspelled that, sorry. The terms alternate. Alternate means goes back and forth between even and odd numbers. So that's just something that I noticed. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, grab your pencils and we're gonna do some together. We're on page 58. If you could join me on page 58. And here's our first one. And please follow along with your steps as well. It says, create a pattern that starts at 4 and increases each term by 5. Stop when you have 6 terms. Okay, so our first thing is let's underline what we're starting at. We're starting at 4. Okay, what's our rule? They want us to increase each term by 5, which means add 5 each time. And then it says stop when you have 6 terms. Okay, so we're going to start at 4, which will be our first term. And they want us to do second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, and they want us to go all the way to the 6th term. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6th. Okay, and what's our pattern gonna be? We're gonna increase by 5. So our 4 plus 5 is 9. That's our second term. 9 plus 5 is 14. That's our third term. 14 plus 5 is 19. That's our fourth term. 19 plus 5 is 24. That's our fifth term. And 24 plus 5 is 29. Okay, so those are our terms. Okay, what do we notice? Does anyone notice something? Because for our feature, what do we notice? I noticed something. I have to think about how we could put it in words, though. Look at the ones column. 4, 9, 4, 9, 4, 9. So how could we word that? We could say that the number in the ones place value, alternates, that word again, which means goes back and forth, alternates between 4 and 9. And I would assume that that pattern would continue, that would happen throughout. So the number in the ones place value alternates between 4 and 9. That's kind of a neat feature of that. Something that we haven't seen so far. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at our second one together. Starting with 34, create a pattern that decreases each term by 3. Stop when you have 8 terms. Okay, so starting with 34, that's our first one. Create a pattern that decreases, which means subtract, each term by 3. And stop when you have 8 terms. Okay, this is our longest one so far. So if 34 is my first term, We need a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So we have to go pretty far on this one. So let's make sure I've got them. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay, so now we're ready just to fill them in. So it's gonna decrease by 3. So 34 minus 33 is 31. That's my second term. 31 minus 3 is 28. That's our third term. 28 minus 3 is 25. That's our fourth term. 25 minus 3 is 22. That is our fifth term. Okay, our sixth term is 22 minus 3, which is 19. Then 19 minus 3, which is 16. And 16 minus 3 is 13. Okay, so that is our pattern. So what do we notice? That's going to be what we're looking for next. What do we notice? We could say, again, we could say even, odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, odd. So I think we could put that as our feature, that the terms alternate between even and odd. And that could be our feature or our what do we notice for these. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have a couple pages to try on your own. Have a great day.